I think we can get specific in the time that we have. Omkar Goswami, I would like to start with you. I saw your hand go up. You can intervene with your point. I'm repeatedly saying, can we please say, we have little leg room. We're going to have to really make the fiscal deficit more realistic.
But let's get away from the fiscal deficit.
It will go to 5%. No, let's assume it goes over.
Let's get away from it.
I'm saying let's get over the fiscal deficit
let's
issue.
go to the growth.
We all agree on this panel.
Absolutely.
We presented the budget programs last year. And I clearly remember Omkar Goswami was there. And everyone agreed with him that there has been so much jugglery with these numbers. Nobody, including Omkar Da or Meghnad Desai or Navika, were buying it last year, or you. So there's this fudging going. Let's talk about what can be done. And which are the 3 or 4 things which can be done. I think Omkar Da wanted to come in. You want to make a point before Omkar Da, just briefly after.
Small and medium enterprises need a liberation. They need a liberation from the license inspector Raj. There are 70 clearances that they have to go through every year to continue in business. Can Mr. Jaitley be bold and say, I hereby ask my inspectors not to visit anybody who employ less than 100 people? And if I catch them doing the wrong things, for example, employing child labor, I'll completely close that down. This is the kind...
Is that what industry and the global community are watching? I don't think so. I think you're being very micro.
I think the small and medium enterprises which have the hunger for growth today face huge constraints, and they are the people who employ, who generate employment now, and they are the people who generate 50% of your export.
But what about what about GST? What about tax terrorism? What about disinvestment? What about opening up defense, telecom sectors? Are these not important? Why aren't we talk? Why can't Jaitley talk about that in his budget? And will he talk about that?
It is on his agenda. He will announce some new sectors where FDI will be allowed to come in. That's for one.
Like what are you hearing, Navika? Defense?
Defense is definitely on the list.
He's defense minister. The cap is 26%. He handles 2 portfolios. He's a critical member.
He can do it.
He's a member of the Cabinet Committee on Security. You think he'll walk the talk and take it beyond 26%?
He will definitely do it. He needs foreign direct investment, and is going to look at sectors where that can be opened up, and defense is certainly one that is topping the list. That's going to be big. Yeah. But the other big issue is, as we're talking about disinvestment and the fiscal deficit. Why I'm talking about fiscal deficit is it's an important part of his budget. If he does truth telling the way he's being advised by several economists on our panel, the fact is that the junk rating that was coming in 2012, which took this government, the previous government, some time to ward off, and that's why they had to actually dress up those numbers. So obviously the international agencies are going to look at the fiscal deficit number very closely, and if he doesn't do that, and I've been privy to conversations in the finance ministry where this is their biggest fear. If they do truth telling, that credit rating agencies abroad are going to lose their confidence in the Indian budget building system, and that is something that the government cannot risk at any point. The second part he's going to do is talk about a disinvestment agenda, because reviving the capital markets is definitely something this government is going to look at, because it's something that needs to be revived, because the retail investors need to get back to the market and need to take away the gold rush that we are seeing. Investment has to go in different directions, and that's the nudge that the finance minister will need to give. Go to the markets, don't go to buy gold, because that's creating the biggest upsetting of the balance of payments.
Okay, Omkar Goswami.
Yeah, so let me just get on to what I think he will do in addition to what other people have said he will do, or he might do. First and foremost, without doubt, he has to significantly increase the target for disinvestment, not only of state-owned public sector banks, but the 10 public sector enterprises that are listed and are a part of the S&P CNX 100. He has to do this, and he has to walk the talk. Now, that's not an easy task, because remember, this year, he doesn't have the full year. He actually effectively has even less than 9 months, right? So he has to at least do one critical disinvestment every 45 days in the market. You can't do more than that, because the market can't absorb too much, okay? That's number one.
That's ambitious. That's ambitious.
That's very ambitious, and it's a very tough task.
These targets have never been realized.
I personally, I think, Arnab, that
you need a top-class disinvestment.
Arnab, this disinvestment.
Sorry, one sec.
Arnab,
I'll just come back.
Disinvestment is at best going to be the icing on the cake. It cannot be the main thing.
I agree with you, Sanjeev. I agree with you.
Expanded, and
but
frankly,
that icing is badly needed.
Radically simplify the tax system as it stands right now. It is just too complicated, and it just taxes
that-
250.
Look, that
And I
can't be
think I'll
done
give you
in a
one
year. It can be
illustration.
promised.
So
that
let's
people
talk
are
about
talking
what
No, I don't think so. No,
I'll give you an
Sanjeev.
illustration.
Okay, you can give the illustration. Meghna Desai coming to you. Sorry for the interruption, but I think we are making some
I'll give
valid
you an
points there.
illustration. Why?
Yeah.
Let's. So here, for example, take in personal income tax, for example. Something like 3% of the taxpayers pay 2/3 of all the taxes. And the bottom 50% are essentially not paying any tax at all. They're just middle class, low income earners who are being harassed by the tax system.
Yeah.
Now, just 4 lakh taxpayers in India are claiming to get an income of 20 lakhs or so. Now, South Delhi should be able to provide that many taxpayers. The point is, got to expand it. And one illustration could be, why not take the exemption up to 8 lakhs, then have a 10% tax between 8 and 20 lakhs. Beyond that, you have a 20% tax rate till 30, and then beyond that 25. That's the peak rate, and get rid of every single exemption.
And will not be acceptable. To have a
Sanjeev,
tax
I
exemption
agree
of
with
8
Rajiv.
lakhs
It's not.
Look,
in a
right
country
now the
which
rich
has
are not
one
something
tax
that you
of
can do this year.
67,000 rupees is just not going to be, just
is-
not going to wash. Our
So- I
tax
agree with
to
Rajiv.
GDP ratio is already very low.
No.
What he can do is that what Mr. Chidambaram
This
said last
socialist
time,
idea
that super rich are only 43,000 people in this country. He can tell his tax people that number should be doubled. Now that's where I would agree. But to raise the exemption limits will actually be seen as again
Why not?
pandering to the middle class and not taking care of the poor. What he can do,
Yeah,
what he
so
can
middle
do is to
class shouldn't
say
be pandered
4.5
to. Why-
lakh
what's wrong
crore
with
are
that?
caught in
The exemption
litigation
limit
today.
of 2 lakhs is
Litigation,
not the middle
4.5
class,
lakh
Rajiv.
crore.
So
of
the-
You will
direct
have to
tax
put a
revenue.
little bit of
Yes,
money in
that's
the hands
20%
of the lower class.
I think we are going all over the
This
place.
is the nitty-gritty
I don't think
No,
this
no, no,
budget
so
is
we're
going to
good,
be.
good
This
point
budget
is
is not
coming
going to
in.
be about
Omkar
I'm
exemption.
Goswami
sorry, I
next.
disagree this idea that
Omkar Goswami, just adding a point here, we had the survey by PricewaterhouseCoopers which found that the take-home salary after paying income tax and social security contributions of a high earner in India is less than that of salary earners in UK, Canada, US, China and Russia. So question is there any room for a tax breather?
exactly.
No, you
Is there
can't.
any room for a tax breather? Omkar Goswami, yes
No,
please.
there is. I do not think there is one. There could have been one if we had a slightly better fiscal situation. Any one of us, all of us are salaried people and we would all love tax breathers, but there isn't room. He has to get a large amount of non-tax revenue. He has to use the IT system properly. Look, I want to ask a very simple question. Ask yourself, how many people in India do you think earn a taxable income of 1 crore or more? How many people do you think? And let me tell you that it is
Handful.
25 times more
So
than what the
43,000.
tax department thinks. How can you do this?
I told Mr. Chidambaram he could find that
But
many
that is
number in
according to
Western
who are
India.
telling you these taxes.
No, and this is not a big deal. Look, we have a top-class
net they
IT
go for.
system.
The point
We
is that
know
they're
who
not
earns
declaring the
more.
income.
Let them
Service
pay. We are not
sector
saying go
provides
after them
60%
hammer and
GDP,
tong. We are simply
contributes
saying
12%
there is a
to the tax
30%
revenue.
tax rate plus a
All the
3%
lawyers,
surcharge,
chartered accountants,
33%.
all
Make
kinds
them
of professional
pay.
Doctors, etc., are outside the tax net.
And the lawyers
They don't
who
declare
always
income, and the tax system doesn't go after.
and the lawyers
Now,
who
that's where
always
he has to
ensure
make
that
the
they're
effort.
outside the tax
And
net
that is where
because they
he
often
will-
get a finance
he will
minister who's a
use this
lawyer.
challenge to convert it into an
Still,
opportunity
even now the
to
finance
clean
minister
up
is a lawyer.
the direct tax system, which needs huge amount of cleaning
But
up.
I
at
don't
this point
agree
in time.
with you, Dr. Rajiv Kumar, that he's going to give no good news in terms
why
of
not
tax
simplify the
exemptions to the
system then?
middle class.
That's how you
because
do it.
that's the class that's voted this government to power.
Exactly.
And he
The poor have also voted
he is a political finance minister.
but-
He's likely to look at at
Navita,
least three
but
groups of
Mr.
people.
Modi has
One
said-
is the middle classes, one is the senior citizens. These are groups of people
But-
that he has to look at.
Navika, he
given
may
the
do.
political
He may do,
economy
but
that
they'll
he
be
lives
very
in.
You
trivial
realize
tax
that we began by
exemptions.
talking about
Yeah.
growth.
They may
We've
do,
not
they will
agreed
have
on a
very
single
little
thing, even
budgetary
on this panel.
implication,
We've
they'll
not
be very
agreed on
trivial
fiscal
tax
deficit,
exemptions.
disinvestment, tax
Look at the
breather,
numbers.
Or expanding the tax net, which perhaps tells me that it's going to be a fairly, there isn't much leg room when we spoke about it in the first chat. Jaitley doesn't come in with any leg room. Can we at least agree on 3 things? At least 2 or 3 things, Meghna Desai, which Jaitley just has to do. I mean, for example, if you've accused the UPA government of tax
We are economists, we
terrorism,
don't
then you
agree.
should roll back all the retrospective taxes
He
introduced by
has
the
to do
previous
that.
governments.
He has to get rid of
Which I think is a
retrospective tax.
certainty, right?
Complete agreement.
GST?
Uh,
No, one second.
yeah.
GST? We don't
I
talk
think- I
about
think he has
GST.
to-
Will he
he
be
has
able to
to
evolve a
tax
consensus?
terrorism.
Implemented in 1 year
He
or in
has
the next
to-
6 months.
But he'll give a roadmap.
He has
but
to
he will give a
end tax
roadmap. He
terrorism.
should give a roadmap. That's perfect. That's valid.
Yeah, Lord Desai.
He has to end tax terrorism both of foreign companies and of domestic taxpayers. He has to declare the true deficit and then announce a divestment program which will get it down at the end of the fiscal year. And lastly, he has to give a roadmap of for the next 4 or 5 years of where he's going to bring the deficit down to zero so the economy can grow healthily again.
And one
so-
more thing I'll
so,
add to what
Lord
Meghnad
Desai.
said. I'll add one more thing to what
I think he
Meghnad
has
said,
to announce
and a
the
goods and
budget
services
in
tax
defense
date by
and
which it will come into
right.
play. I think if he did
And
all the things that
defense up to
Meghnad said,
75%.
we'd be doing fine.
I would only allow 3 things.
Yeah, that's it. 3
No,
plus
so,
1 goods and services tax.
General,
FTA can go to 100%.
one second.
What's the problem?
Omkar Goswami has been saying something. I missed that
Yeah, no,
last
no.
part.
So I just said I completely
Omkar,
agree. I completely agree with what Meghnad said. Add to that a time-bound map no later than next fiscal year of bringing in the goods and services tax. Enough of talking about it and not bringing it in, and just focus on those things that Meghnad did. You can give a few sops to the middle class. They'll be very small amounts. Do not tinker with subsidies in terms of increasing them. Recognize that we have a very, very tough year. And I go back to what I said in the last program. Please go through the 1991 budget. Other than the famous Victor Hugo statements and the lovely things that Manmohan Singh said when he thought of Rajiv Gandhi, right? Other than that, if you look at it, it was one of the toughest budgets that he came out with. And the 92 budget was even tougher than the 91 budget. Did anyone paste India for it? None. Time has come to call a spade, speak honestly, and do the job that you've been supposed to do, which is fix an exchequer which has been ruined.
We all agree on that.
You know, like his investments in
Okay.
infrastructure,
No, no,
I come back in roads and all is going to generate a lot of employment. And Modi has always followed one
So I think
philosophy.
there's-
1 second, may I just
I think
finish?
there is-
Modi has only followed one philosophy in his life, unlike that mindless populism of the last government where it was paisa pheko, tamasha dekho. He says paisa kamao, growth jamao. He will do everything to earn the money first before he spends it. He needs income generation and he will spend on infrastructure. He will say the second and third year is when you'll get the benefits. Please stand by me in this budget. That will be his philosophy. He will start the process. And I cannot see anyone rating us down if they see a very constructive
No, but you have
roadmap
to-
ahead. Nobody rates a country down when they
but
see a
Arun
constructive
Jaitley-
roadmap.
No, but Arun Jaitley is a practical man. 1 second. He's also a practicing politician. And he will know that you have to, there is nothing called a hope. People don't live in hope. We are 134th among 180 odd countries in the ease of doing business in India as per the World Bank report. Nokia was threatening to pull out. Honda was threatening to pull out. Arun Jaitley will have to tell these global companies what it is in them as far as the India story is concerned. And on that, I would like to go back to London to Meghnad Desai. So, you know, at least he will have to indicate that this is how doing business in India will be simpler. These are my 8 or 9 points. There has to be that headline takeaway from this budget. Can we at least expect that?
Yeah, you see, the nice thing about being good to foreign businesses, it doesn't cost him anything. He can reassure them, he can invite them back, he can say things will be good, there will be no retrospective legislation, and the attitude will be positive. He can do all that. There's a lot of damage to reverse, and he can do that, and that doesn't cost him a penny, and it will bring him lots of money. So he will do that. That will be a confidence-boosting thing. But he'll also have to do the same thing for domestic business. He'll have to tell the domestic business people, we will stop harassing you on income tax, we'll stop taking you to court, CBI and all that rubbish, and we will just let you grow. that's what is needed in the last 5 years.
Arnab, I want to go back
even
to-
a private business has
I want to go
been
back to
harassed
what
by the
Rajiv
government, and they have exported
said in the
capital.
last program.
They can bring that
Omkar
capital
Da is-
back if
Omkar
the
Da is-
government says, we will be nice with you.
Omkarda is coming in on that.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
Omkar.
want to go back to what Rajiv Kumar, my friend, said in the last program. And I think he said it very tellingly, and we forgot all about it thereafter, and I want to get back to it. 4.7 lakh crores are being held up on income tax disputes, which the government with alacrity takes to higher and higher courts. And the fact of the matter is that if you have an income tax dispute of 25 lakhs, just 25 lakhs, the matter can be taken up to the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Now, what Rajiv said, and he has subsequently written, I'm sorry, Rajiv, I'm speaking for you, is that even if 30%, forget 30%, even if 10% of that is settled, and I can tell you one thing, that definitely Mr. Jaitley, as a lawyer, is looking at ways in which such settling can be done without it looking like a tax amnesty. And that alone can bring in a sizable amount of money in the first year.
Arnab, and the point about tax terrorism and what Meghnad was saying and Omkar is saying, see, the reform of the direct tax system to make it less draconian, to make it less harassing, the raid Raj that you've got there, if Mr. Jaitley really addresses those things, saying no more retrospective taxes, no more transfer pricing nonsense, no more raids, and for God's sake, not reintroduction of the wealth tax. I've just heard very strange rumor that might come back. Now that will just kill the investment sentiment. I hope that doesn't happen. So if he takes this opportunity to reform the direct tax system, makes it taxpayer friendly, that I've heard for the last 20 odd years, the domestic investor will come back to it. And for the foreign investor, he has to announce the liberalization of foreign investment norms in the defense sector, in the insurance sector, and he has to make no more noises about the foreign investment in the retail sector. He has to just let that sleeping dog lie. If he does that along with the tax arrears, I think he would have created an investment climate which is positive, and he'll bring back the growth story.
So if three things are done, very simply, I think the lowest common denominator is perhaps that you address the issue of tax terrorism fairly and squarely. Then you don't have wealth tax, so you don't spook anyone out on that. You open up some key sectors, right? And then you give a map. That this is what I'm hoping to take the Indian economy. These are some of my big infrastructure projects, and we are committed to raising money for that. Do you think this alone will make it a damn good budget? I mean, is this alone going to address the issue of growth?
Along with the clearing up of the licensing,
this would be
Raj,
absolutely just good enough for us.
And some reforms
sectors like insurance or
I said
disinvestment, some of these sectors.
So insurance, UPA.
And if certain dates are given,
what you
some
said,
time frames
he
are given.
will raise the tax
That would be
exemption
very
limit
good.
at the lower level.
All you really need
He'll
is
have to
some
balance it
certainty
on
for doing
both sides
business.
as far as
You
the Aam
want
Aadmi
in
is
the
also
future,
concerned.
suddenly
Arnab,
slap
to
another
answer what you're
random
saying,
tax, or you don't know where it is
So
going.
that
business
really
can be
sort of-
done in an environment which is predictable.
If all of this
and
happens,
Jaitley knows
it
that.
will-
He's been a corporate lawyer all his life. He knows that at the end of the day, I'd like to go to Mumbai once again and come back to you to Omkar Da and Sunil Alagh. At the end of the day, what was the big problem with global businesses? That they considered India a country fraught with a huge amount of political risk.
So it's
The
very,
political risk of working in India was seen to be very high in the UPA government. Omkar Da and Sunil Alagh, yes.
Very quickly, I think the things that you recapitulated at the end, if all of these were in this budget, it would have gone a big way in terms of being sensible and in terms of being able to give a vision and still cut your coat according to your cloth. Add to that a larger amount on divestment, and I think we would be fine for this year. More reforms will be needed going forward, but I think if all of those are there, each one of us sitting here will say kudos.
You know, most of industry, both international that have been meeting as well as domestic, are not looking for sops.
In fact,
they want clarity. Once you give them clarity, they are very happy to invest. They are not looking, give me this rebate. Even Vodafone and what you're talking about, he will say no more retrospective tax. But these two will have to settle out of court. He's not going to waive off everything that they owe. He's going to give them an opportunity. Let's settle it at 50, 40, whatever. And that will be the end of it, saying in future, there is no more retrospective tax. And a clear thing, even with China, when you go and talk, that the Chinese are just, why are they dictators? But they're very clear. This is the policy. This is what you can do. This is what you can't do. Once that's clear, investment flows in. There are only two countries left in the world, Arnab, is China and India. Willy-nilly, you have to invest. You can go to China first, India second. What was keeping India out was the lack of a clear roadmap. That's all.
On a lighter note, since you have been a Modi camp follower, I couldn't resist that, Sunil. I can't let you go.
But he's wearing the Modi jacket now.
Cut me some slack.
Long before Modi came into our horizon,
He's all getting very serious, Omkar.
He's now straight jacketed by Modi.
I've been wearing these jackets long before Modi came to our horizon,
He's straight jacketed by Modi now. Okay, go ahead.
No. The question is that I'm just thinking of our last chat, right, Navik? It appears to me that with clearances, taxes, litigation, all this is easy to do. The difficult thing to do is to address the problems of Achhe Din for the promise of Achhe Din for the Aam Aadmi.
Yes,
Achhe Din for international and global investors can be handled.
And again,
you can make Sanjeev Sanyal happy because he's looking at foreign investment. It's easier to make Sanjeev Sanyal happy then it is going to be to make.
Arnab, you have to play a role here, and which is not to raise expectations. But Achhe Din will be around in 3 days.
Who raised
in 3 months?
Those expectations were not raised by us. They were raised by Modi in his elections.
But Modi never said that those Achhe Din.
No, he said.
No, and that will be there in 3 months' time. And as Sunil said, his mantra is पहले कमाओ और फिर उसके बाद रोजगार बढ़ाओ और ग्रोथ बढ़ाओ. You see, the point is that this अच्छे दिन
कल अच्छे दिन आने वाले हैं.
is actually going to create a huge amount of disappointment, which we don't need at this time.
That's what it is.
It comes back to haunt you.
No,
I know cabinet ministers in
really want to make me
Delhi
happy.
who say we should not have hyped things up so much before the elections. And they are saying so now.
Yeah, but then
So did Obama hype things up
now
so
that we
much,
got
did
it,
everything in the
since you
second
mentioned
term.
me,
Politics is like that in election time, and then
the
when
best
the
way
real
to
time
make
comes,
me happy or
the
no
direction is
would be
clear.
Hyped it
to
up.
Direction is
dramatically simplify the personal tax system because
that's
you know,
right.
poor middle class people are being harassed for tiny amounts of tax. Why not take the exemption right up to 8 lakhs or even more? I think that would really make me happy.
We're going there afresh.
The tax system is serious about taxing the rich guys.
Last word tonight is to Meghnad Desai. Yes, sir.
I think he should promise, if not this year but next year, a direct cash transfer to all people below poverty line. A direct cash transfer, none of the other subsidies, and say we will give you every month this much money. If he does that for the bottom 30% of the population, अच्छे दिन आ जाएंगे.
And remove all the price subsidies.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, it's been a great chat. I think a lot of things are doable, and what I take away from this once again is that the right amount of symbolism needs to be there, and a time frame of delivery needs to be there for Arun Jaitley. And I think he's a pragmatic guy. He knows what signals people are looking for, and I think nobody better.
I hope he watches this. I hope he watches the program. I hope he watches the program.
I
hope he does.
I seriously hope he does not. He should be writing his budget speech, not watching this program. Come on.
Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Good talking to all of you. See you on Budget Day. Thank you very much.